Hello. Oh, hey, Black Vision, how's it going? Today, it is Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021. We're going to be doing some Unity game development. Let me get this turned on. Yes, there we go. Camera appears to be not working. Okay. Well, we can fix that. Ah, pretty good. Yeah. Today is... Oh, my camera's screwed up because of the, screwed up because I'm wearing my jacket. That's what the problem is. Oh, the color balance. Of course it's screwed up. I don't know how to stop it from autofocusing. Jeez. Not from autofocusing, but from trying to change the color balance automatically. Ugh. Okay, I think it's actually... Nope, that's just even worse. Great. That's what I wanted. Okay. Nope. So I did this before the stream, but apparently it changed. Okay, there we go. So, I would say I am sort of moderately annoyed because I just realized the error that I made whenever I did this. Yeah. I believe what I ended up doing was these actually don't spawn... Wait, no, these do spawn the right versions. Why were they going at minimum speed? Hang on. I think I've just found a bug. They appear to be going at minimum speed, and I don't know why. Yeah, they don't speed back up. Why is that? I don't want you to maximize. Alright. Let us unmaximize this. Let me figure out, why are they going at minimum speed? That's really weird. They should not be doing that. So they think their max speed is 15. That should change. It does not, though. Okay. Oh, because the max speed is set wrong. Why is it working in the other? I don't understand. I don't understand. It should be 17. I think I fixed this. That's not much better, but okay. Well, should sort itself out in a second. Like, I know why this one's going at minimum speed, because I have to hold W for the moment. Yeah, but they really should be going a lot faster than this. Okay. We can sort that out later. We are working, or we have been working on a game that is similar to, Nope. Okay. You will be reported for spam. Cool. It's definitely a bot. Well, it's scamming people. Going to do that. And, sure. Links to by viewers. Submit. Cool. How do you make games? What do you start with? I'm going to clear chat to get... Oh, wait, actually, can I don't know enough about chat. So I'm going to clear chat to get rid of that link, but you're asking, how do you make games? What do you start with? Okay. Oh, whoops. Nope. That's not what I wanted. Alright. So yeah, what do you start with? I started with Unity. So this is a program, it's called Unity. It's like an editor for games. I mean, if you don't know programming, there are some tools you can use, like for visual coding. Whoops, that's not the right thing. So there is a tool called Unreal Engine. If you don't know how to program, Unreal Engine, you can do this sort of node-based thing, and so you don't actually have to write code. But either, like, the two major game engines right now are Unreal and Unity. So yeah, you can probably find tutorials on those on the internet. Yeah, I think Godot is also like an up-and-coming one, but I don't think it has visual scripting. Like, the big barrier that most people have is the actual, like, programming part. Did I? Which mod settings? Yes, okay. But yeah, if you have specific questions, I can answer those. But yeah, if you want to get started, either use Unity or Unreal. Or if you already know how to program, Gato probably works. I don't know, do you know how to program at all? And so what was I doing? So what I was doing is we were making a game, we have been working on this game based on the mechanics of LEGO Stunt Rally from the early 2000s. Okay, yeah, you'll probably want something with like visual scripting then. Unity, you can set it up, but it's kind of wonky from what I remember, so Unreal's probably your better bet. If your computer can't handle Unreal, then you can try Unity. Because that was an issue that I had early on, is that like I had an old laptop whenever I started doing game development, and Unreal is really intense. Like, it's really intense on your computer. It makes really good looking games, but it's really intense. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I would say if Eclipse run or if Unreal runs, then yeah, I'd use Unreal, just to get used to the scripting stuff, because that's really the barrier that most people have, is just understanding like programming logic and stuff. But once you understand that, what I ended up doing whenever I first made games is I just copied like existing games. So like I'd find like what's a good example, like Asteroids or something, and try to copy it. And a lot of people, that's how a lot of people get into making games, is they just try to copy existing games. You know, especially the older ones, because the older ones were made like in very, I don't know how to put it, like very primitive programming languages, so they weren't very complicated just by virtue of the fact that they really couldn't be. Yeah. But yeah, what kind of games do you want to make? Okay. Just need to test this out. Okay, that's not good. Should respawn us. Yeah, there we go. And return. There we go. Alright, so this seems to be still working as I vaguely remember it. Okay. But I want to do what I said I was going to do yesterday, which is modify the track a little bit. So, first thing that can go is the waypoints, because we're not going to need those. I want to make low poly games or survival horror, but I don't know how to find people to work with. Yeah, finding people to work with is kind of... The sad thing about game development is that a lot of the people that you will find to work with will eventually just kind of flake on you. Like, that's one thing I found, is that people just get busy and things happen. That's why I never did it. Well, actually, what happened to me is I wanted to do game development, like, early on. Like, I kind of knew that that's what I wanted to do. Like, whenever I was a kid, if you've ever played Warcraft 3, there's, like, a world editor for that. Like, it ships with a world editor, and I absolutely loved that. It was, like, one of the most fun things in the world for me. But what happened was I learned how the game industry is, and just right now it's very exploitative of its workers. You know, I don't know if it's changed over the past couple of years, but whenever I looked into it for like a job, I was like, I don't want to do that for a living, at least. So I went and did some other stuff. I used to work as a software developer, so programming has always been like my natural thing. But as far as people to work with, there are forums where people go and they talk about games they want to make and stuff like that. There used to be a thing called Unity Connect, but I think that has gone away. What did I mistype? I must have mistyped something. No, actually I didn't. I just misplaced that. Okay. Yeah, the game industry has not been in the best place over the past couple of years. But I think it's getting better. I think people are realizing that they can't, you know, exploit people the same ways and get away with it. Yeah, I don't know. I just decided to. Well, also there's game jams. Oh yeah, game jams. That's a way to find people to work with. If you've ever heard of those, it's basically where people get together. Usually it's like for a weekend or something, and they make a game like in a very short amount of time. Like they make a, you know, very tiny game in say 48 hours or something, and then it gets judged and all sorts of stuff like that. There's Ludum Dare for that. There's I think there's the Global Game Jam as well. But that's good. That's a good way to find people to work with and sort of get, you know, get an idea of what it's like to actually make games. Because that's probably closer to the actual game industry, as you're probably going to be working in a very short span of time. I think there's a thing, let me see. See, I think it's on itch.io. So I think if you say itch.io game jams, I think they maintain a list, right? Yeah, this is what you want to search. So yeah, this is all of the game jams, like, that are going on at all times. It's just insane. Usually the more popular ones are at the top. So there's the Valentine's Jam that has like 200 people in it. There's the Nokia Game Jam that always has people in it, and I don't know why. I've seen it so many times, but I've never actually been in it. There's the Blackthorn Prod one. Yeah, that's a very popular one. Brackies used to do one too. Trying to think of who all did them. But yeah, that's one way to find them. Is, you know, maybe if you find people that you like working with, you know, you can be like, hey, you guys want to make like a game for real? And I've heard of games that have been made that way. Yeah, of course. I don't know. I really like software development in games, so I could talk about it all day. But yeah, I hope you find people to work with and, you know, enjoy it, because it's a lot of fun. Like, making games is just a ton of fun. Even if they never get sold on Steam or anything, they're still fun. Let's see here, 30. Where am I? This is 35? What is the width of this? Why did I make that 35? That doesn't make it. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna think too much about it. But yeah, I just kind of want a river kind of running through the side here. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to edit, not trying to edit, but trying to make a little bit of variation in the track here. Just because I want to test loading multiple, or I want to, yeah, test loading into a different scene. Kind of need this to go down further though. And also, if you ever like want to learn programming, there's a lot of programming stuff on the internet. Like, a lot of people make tutorials on it. And I mean, I know it looks kind of scary, but it's really not. Like, in our society has been like, I don't know, it's been like overhyped. Plus, it doesn't really matter what like language you start with either. Like, most of the languages are identical. Well, not identical, but they're close enough. How old do you need to be to do what? If it's make games or learn programming, neither one. You don't need to be any age. as far as for like programming or for to join a game jam. Oh, that. It will depend on the game jam. I think most of them. Well, yeah, it'll depend on the game jam. I think most of them would require you to be at least 13. Some of them might require 18. Depending on what the prizes are, just because some prizes I think they can only give to people that are older than 18 or something. But it doesn't matter. I mean, you can just do it for fun. You know, some people don't even enter their games to be judged. It's kind of interesting. Okay, yeah, you should be fine for some of them then. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like 25, so I don't actually know. Like, I've never had to deal with that problem. That's interesting. Yeah, I remember whenever I was 13. So long ago. Okay, let's see here. This is the wall, I think. It's fine. 7. 7.5. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, game development is a lot of just, I don't know. It's just a lot of you decide, you get the basic mechanics down and then sort of just, tweak it until it works, until it's what you want. But yeah, it's definitely a really fun hobby to have. I'm trying to think of games that were developed as Game Jam games, and I can't remember. But usually if you look at like the awards on Steam, you'll find that they got awards from game jams. So it's kind of, that tells you that it was a game jam game originally. And then there's like, I don't know, there's a lot of things where people just get together and make stuff. I think hackathons are one type of that. That's where a bunch of people get together and they just develop software. So if you've ever used like a tool like Slack, I think Slack was originally developed for a hackathon. Let me figure all of this out. Alright, so I think this needs to go here. Yeah, something like that. And then let me find these two. Put those back. So what is that material? Grab that. Okay. So let me go get a gray. Let me get a gray dark. Alright. Let me darken that just a little bit. Okay, grab these, and grab that, and I will make that all dark gray. There we go. That's better. However, I think that is still tagged as a wall, and that needs to be untagged. And this has a width of 3. It needs to be 3.5, I believe. No. 3.5. 3.5. Yes, there we go. Yeah, that's better. And I think it can just sit here. Right, yeah. So 10. Perfect. Oh yeah, and I think these need to be tagged as ground, actually. Tagged as ground. Cool. Right now, gonna make some very terrible water, but sure. This will represent water until I can actually write the code for it. I guess we could make that like wobble a little bit and that would count as water. this, because I don't want it colliding with that. Yeah, let's test this out and see what happens. Everything breaks. Okay. Why does everything break? Oh, did I forget to set up the game manager in this scene? I think I did. Oh, because the waypoints don't exist. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. Okay. Luckily, we didn't actually change the track layout at all. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see if these cars can actually stay on this bridge. Nope, they get stuck. Okay. If we reduce our speed to 0, eventually we'll respawn. Yeah, okay. Respawn inside of each other, but sure. Yeah, okay. So that's going to take some working with. Yeah, they get clipped really bad on that bridge, don't they? Also, they seem to have a lot of trouble going up that ramp. At the end. Oop, let's stay in this lane. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they do not really take that curve very well. That's amazing. Okay. So I think this needs to be, I think these need to be raised up ever so slightly. I think they don't quite align. Am I right with that? Yeah, they don't quite align, so have to go up ever so slightly. -2, nope. -1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 5, 5, 1, 4, 5. Okay, that might be okay. Oh, nope, it's clipping through there. Okay, so that's too high. 1, 4, 1, 5. Yeah. Let's try that. Of course, these cars are going to have some problems because they're all trying to go in the right lane. Right. Okay. Cover pretty well. That car gets stuck, but that's fine. It'll fix itself in a minute. Stay in this lane. Yep. There we go. Oh god. Okay, they really get stuck. Alright, I'll have to figure out how to fix that. Because the current solution is not working. Yeah, they really have trouble with that little divot, and I don't know why. Yeah, they really have trouble with that divot. Alright, let me lower this ever so slightly. Yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah, I'm using physics to move the cars, and I'm very much regretting it. Oh jeez. Okay, well, now everything is stuck. That's amazing. It's gonna respawn all of us in the same place, too. That's great. Okay. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. Okay. And the car gets stuck right there, too. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't know how I can prevent them from getting stuck like that. Maybe just remove the guardrails. That might be better, actually. Yeah, it really thinks that there's a thing there. Alright. So we just remove the guardrails. Then what? That can go there. And that can go there. Alright, and they need to be, these need to be slightly higher. Alright, I think that's like as aligned as they're gonna get. Alright, nothing should go flying into the water, but that shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, they don't get stuck on the guardrails anymore. So I'll take that. They do go flying right off the track, though. Oh, jeez. need to be heavier or something. Or I need to change the physics is what I really need to do. Oh, geez. Yeah, I need to just change the physics. I was trying to avoid reprogramming my own physics, but apparently we're gonna really have to do that. I really don't like that. But yeah, they really have a lot of problems. What I can do is I can try increasing the mass of the car. That way it doesn't become airborne so easily. So if I say 20 on the mass, and then we change the engine power to like 50. 20 probably. No, 10 is probably fine. No, it isn't. 20 is probably better. And then 20 for that. I think roughly that'll make it work. Then we go all the way to 50. No, oh wow. Okay, that's broken. Okay, so 50 isn't enough to move the car. 100. Nope, that's acceleration. So maybe 30 acceleration, 30 there, maybe 100 here. And the minimum speed being 40. Do we start moving? Okay, we do start moving here. But yeah, it reduces speed way too far. Okay. How does it handle this now? It goes much slower. It handles that a little bit better. Okay. So we make the cars maybe have a top speed of 150, minimum speed of say 65, acceleration of 45, and braking of 55. Will that work? Okay, it is going a little bit faster. Not quite the speed that I'd like, though. Okay, it does seem a little harder to control, okay. But does it become airborne there? No, it just kind of, just kind of shrugs it off. Okay. Minimum speed is not increasing fast enough, but that's fine. No, I still don't like that. Yeah, it really goes flying there, and I don't know why. Could increase the gravity. Something else I want to do is I want to get rid of this airborne nonsense. Is that true? Yeah, I want to get rid of all that. No, actually I don't. Because the car still can become airborne. Not really sure what to do about that. So what we can do is we can increase the, let's say we increase the weight to, I don't know, 50. And we say the max speed is 500. Acceleration at 250. Acceleration at, I don't know, 200. Fine, braking at 150. Effective minimum at 250, no, 200. No, 250. Then, yeah. Might work. Okay, they do go pretty quick. But let's slow down a little bit here. Flying out there. Alright, we can change lanes. Alright, end up upside down, that's fine, we'll respawn in a second. Yeah, there we go. Okay, they still don't. They still really have issues with that, and I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, it's flying, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know why it has issues with that. That's so weird. Should be able to deal with that very tiny little divot. Like, it shouldn't have this kind of issue. That is like the tiniest little divot. I might just have to reprogram the physics. Really don't want to do that though. I had this at 7, or at 2, 17, down to 8, down to 6, and then the minimum speed being like 5.5? Something? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think they go flying anymore. Right here, I don't think they're... Well, they actually might be lighter. Yeah, I don't know. That's so annoying, though. It's just really annoying. I mean, I guess the height could always be determined... Okay. So if we turn off the position in the y-axis, we freeze the position there. That way physics can't do anything to the y position. So we can't go flying into the air. You can just go flying that way. Okay. Okay, we can always keep flipping into each other. That way we can't go flying that way. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's the issue, is that you, yeah, you float. However, if the physics can't change the y, then there's basically no friction. Because there can't be. Okay. That's not gonna work. Yeah, I am really kinda lost as to what to do with this. I could make things fall, but they wouldn't tilt in the right direction. That's sort of the problem. And to keep the actual collisions working, we need physics, but the cars don't seem to be able to deal with like a 2-centimeter divot. Okay, set the mass to 100, because I think we tried it at 50 earlier. So the max speed being 750, acceleration at 250, braking at 250, then the minimum speed at, say, 250. Okay, let's try that. Okay. Looks like they can move. Let's go to the other lane, so that we don't have to deal with the crazy AI cars. Okay, yeah, it really has trouble with that little divot, and I just don't know why. Collapse all. Alright, this probably needs to be closer to 950, and that needs to be closer to 300, and a minimum speed of 300. Not that. Minimum speed of 300. Alright, so now getting some of the physics back. Let's go to the other lane, then accelerate. Yeah, it really has trouble with that 2-centimeter divot. I just do not understand that. Like, that is as close as that can be. I mean, they're colliding on like wheel colliders, so this shouldn't be an issue. Not wheel colliders, but colliding on round colliders, so that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so if we go to the car model, raise this up a little bit. Or no. We raise everything that's not a wheel up just a little bit. that. Does that fix it? So that way the wheel collider, or the capsule collider might be able to absorb some of the shock. Yeah, I don't know how to, yeah, it really has trouble with that 2 centimeter divot. I just don't know why. I mean, I guess I could make the entire track one collider. But that doesn't sound like it's any better. It's so annoying. Yeah, I'm just not really sure how to fix that. Could increase the angular drag, actually. Would that work? Would that work? So let's set this to, like, I don't know, 20. Does that work? Because that would keep it from turning, right? Make it harder for it to turn. Ugh. Okay, yeah, I think it's actually dealing with it a lot better. Might need a little bit more in terms of actual drag, but that might work. Because, yeah, it does tilt a little bit. Oh, jeez. I need to fix that. I think that just hasn't been fixed on this version of this track. Yeah, jeez, it still has trouble with that teeny tiny little divot. I mean, even aligning this to the same, like, plane isn't going to fix it. They only technically go over these one way. So if I move this back here and give it, I don't know, let's say a 1 degree incline, half a degree incline. And then put it here. Would that be enough? So then it would be going up technically. Well, that is quite a divot though. 2.05. I mean, at that point it's not even significant, right? Or is it? Is that little tilt going to be enough? Let's see. Let's see what happens. I imagine that's not significant, but might as well check. Okay, let's slow down, let all the AI go ahead of us, and do whatever they're gonna do. And let's see. Okay, so we get a little bit of a divot there, but actually I think it's fine. I think that was fine. Okay. So maybe we can keep this? I think we can keep this. You add a minus 0.01 to that. Just decrease that. Put that like right there. Alright. That might be just enough to make it work. That's not gonna. Okay. Let's see. Okay, no, that still doesn't work. Yeah, it still goes flying, and I just don't know why. I just don't know how to fix that. I've increased the drag, I've increased the weight of it. Just don't know why a divot that's like 2 centimeters can cause it, you know, less than that even, can cause it to just go flying like that. Could try using the wheel colliders, that might work. But I don't think so. Also, it's getting caught there. I mean, that can totally be fixed. Just go here. Grab these. Oops. Just extend that out a little bit. Should fix that. Yeah. Let's go to this lane. Let's go into this lane now. Yeah, let's go here. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to tolerate that, I guess. Guess it'll just have to become a feature. Because bridges are terrifyingly dangerous. Yeah, I'll just call that a feature. It's fine. Okay, now the actual code to make that run. It's very simple. Actually, we need to add back in that box collider. Yeah, box collider, so we just set it as a trigger. And then we will create a new script. Sure, we'll add it from here. No, we won't, because we already have VS Code, or we already have Visual Studio open. Right. So Control C, Control V. Right. This will be a def component. Yep. Then on trigger enter, collider other. Whoops. Actually, this is for getting the car stuff. So if not car, otherwise car.kill. There we go. Simple. That way, whenever we enter the, actually it shouldn't even be that, it should be car.respawn, I think. Just want to respawn you instantly. You don't even want your car marked as dead. Actually, what we want is no car.kill, because we do want you to get marked as dead. Then we want to respawn you immediately. That's what it'll be. Okay, and then we just add death component to here, and this will be the water. And just if you fall into the water, you just respawn immediately, and your punishment is that everyone laughs at you. That's how it'll work. Okay, let's actually try to fall into the water. So if we change lanes on the bridge, nope, okay. I was going to say, if we change lanes on the bridge, we should be able to fall into the water, but no, apparently we can't. However, if we do that, nope. Okay, it's actually difficult to fall into the water. Who would have thought? Okay. Yeah, apparently falling into the water is actually not easy. There we go, that should send us right into the water, yep. So the instant you touch the water, you respawn. And I still don't understand why cars are colliding when they respawn, but apparently they are. Okay, let's do that. Cool. Yeah, okay, I like that. I wonder if we can knock someone into the water. That would be interesting to try. Let's try that. Let's see. Okay, so we'll go here. Slow down. Slow down, Mr. Green Car. Okay. Turn. Knock you into the water. I think we could if we were going faster. If we were going just a little bit faster, I think we could. However, I think we need this green car to get ahead of us. Try to knock him off on the next bridge, basically. Yeah, let's slow down. Go to your speed. Alright. Get knocked off. No, okay, we can't do that. Alright, one thing we do need to fix is we do need to fix the acceleration speed increase. So that would be public float, regain acceleration, or regain max speed. Max speed recovery rate. It's going to be at like, I don't know, 5 per second. And that will be times this, I think. Effective max speed times 0.5. Yeah. So now it should recover 50 times faster. Or no, 10 times faster. Literally 10 times faster, yeah. So now if we hit the wall, well, nope. Okay. If we let everyone go. Okay, we just die. Okay. Our max speed is recovering, but it's not recovering that fast. It is recovering faster than it was recovering, but I think it needs to increase to be like 50 or something. Okay. So for prefabs, go to car. The recovery rate is going to be like, I don't know, 25. Say 5 times faster than it just was. Right. So we'll go into the outer lane, we will hit that. Yeah, we can see it coming back. If we keep our car at minimum speed, can respawn, we really need an indicator to indicate that the car is actually considered dead. Yeah, at max speed, it just goes way too fast. Jeez. Yeah, okay. We need to fix that. So the acceleration rate probably needs to be down at like 150. The maximum speed probably needs to be down at like 800, and the braking is probably good at 250 is probably fine. Effective minimum speed probably 350. Nope, not 250, 350. And so yeah, I think that will be fine, and the max speed recovery is like that, yeah, okay. Taking a hit to max speed can really hurt you, okay. So yeah, you can no longer stop your car, which actually I don't like. I would prefer to be able to stop. So we set the minimum speed to say 300. Then your car will basically stop. Yeah, there we go. Of course, all the AI are trying to go the same speed, so... And they're trying to be in the same lane, so they're going to have problems. Yeah, max speed, okay, now you really do go flying, but you don't go flying that bad. Yeah, you slow down too fast, or you don't slow down, no, you slow down, you can't speed up fast enough now. So yeah, maybe having the acceleration actually be a little bit higher is probably fine. Also, the braking's not good enough, okay. So actually, you probably want the braking down at like, or up at 300, and then the acceleration up at like 225. That's probably fine. And then yeah, the effective minimum speed at like 300. Really, it should be closer to like, probably 325. Let's go to this lane, and then just, yeah, really floor it and see what happens, yeah. Around that corner, you really have problems, but... Oh boy, going right off the bridge. Nope. Alright. Let's go into this lane, then cut into that one. Alright, slow down. Okay. Go there, okay. And yeah, get into this lane. Slow. Oh boy. Alright, slow down, and then, yeah. We want to be in this lane, and then we want to be in that lane. Alright. But not at the same time as him. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now we're out front. Yeah, you can avoid this by doing that. And then we can make this turn much better, and then that turn much better, yeah. Much better than the AI can, basically. Yeah, we can also go flying, like, right out in the middle of nowhere. Okay. I like that. Not a lot, but I like it. So I think this actually needs to be a little bit over that way. I think that one's actually perfectly aligned. Okay. Okay, so now it is a question of how we have the player load into different tracks. So I kind of want a track selection screen. But it has been about an hour, so I think I will take a quick break. Yeah, I'll take a quick break, and I will be back here in maybe 10 minutes. Maybe 5 minutes. I don't know. It'll depend. But, yeah, I'll be back in like 5 minutes. See you guys. Alright, and we are back. That is not right. That is right. Okay. Yes, I am unmuted. Awesome. So, the next thing I want to do is I want to create a screen to load, after we select that we want to play the game, so in the main menu, after we select that, we need to go to a screen where we select what kind of track we want, either the first one or the second one, because we have two variants now. So we have track 1, which doesn't have the river, and track 2, which does have the river. So we want to be able to load one of those things, and we also want to be able to select, like, ideally how many opponents we have, and what kind of car they have, and what color the car is, all that stuff. But I just want to focus on getting the screen set up to switch between the two tracks, and also just switching between the two tracks is probably fine for now. So we may not get that done today, so the plan is to go until, I think it's 1 p.m., 1 p.m. Central. And to anyone watching on the Twitch VODs or on YouTube, these streams happen every day except Sundays. Yes, every day except Sundays, so Monday through Saturday. It starts at 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern, and continues for about 2 hours. And we do some kind of game dev or programming, and then after that I take a little bit of a break, and then we come back with some kind of video game. So today that's going to be Stormworks. It's going to start at 2 p.m. Eastern? 2 p.m. Central, 3 Eastern. Yes, that's how you convert between those two. But yeah, so we already have a menu system here, so I believe we can start from here and everything's fine. So yeah, if we click settings, we get the settings menu that doesn't do anything quite yet, but we can select our difficulty, set the volume. So yeah, we can click back. This works. I think these just happen to be saved by coincidence, not because we're actually doing any saving. If we click start, we will load into this, and everything will explode for some reason. Huh. That's not supposed to happen. But okay, actually I know why that happens. Never mind, that is supposed to happen. It's because we don't have the static car data set up. But I believe if I do set it up, I want to check this. So if we set player car to that, we set red, actually I think a player needs to be in slot 2, it doesn't really matter. Set yellow, and we'll set white, and I think if we do that, it will work. If we click start, yes, okay. And so now the camera's not aligned, but we're actually the blue car. I think the camera, oh no, maybe the camera does follow the blue car. Okay, yeah, I guess it does. Oh, okay, actually that makes sense. The camera's not aligned very well, and this track has an issue right here, but other than that, everything works fine. Yeah, and we can click the menu here, we can restart, and we will have the same colored cars and everything. We can go to the main menu, and yeah, everything works fine. It's just that we need, after we click start, we need something similar to the settings menu to determine what kind of track we want, and also what kind of cars we want. So what we will do is we will just duplicate the settings menu. That's the easiest way to fix this. So it's settings menu, we would just call this track, or we'll call this not settings, but like the configuration menu. Sure. That'll be what we call that. Going to have this. We have the back button. That's perfectly fine as it is. Have the title. This is going to be configuration. So like configuring the track and everything, and then we will have this be 400 in. We'll have this be 400 in width, so that it looks a little bit better. Okay. And then the top thing, I think, will be the track. So this will be the track select. And that could be a drop-down, or it could have arrows. I actually like the idea of it having arrows left and right. No, I think we'll keep the track, actually. The drop-down. Now that I think about it, I think that's what we'll do. I believe we can set these options dynamically. I think that's a thing. Let's assume that it is. And so the way that we would do that is we have the label here. First I want to change the label. Okay. I have said to myself that I'm going to try to be better at explaining what I'm doing. So, of course... Oh, no, that's not right. Sure. Have that. Select. That'll be the default placeholder. Okay, what we want is we want this. This is the actual label. So we're going to say track. Okay, and then this will be the track selection. I don't know why it suddenly shows easy. Oh, yes I do. It's because we have this. Select. Be that. There we go. Now it'll rename itself right. Okay, so we'll have the track select, and then we will have, okay, so where's the actual menu? Because it's not here. Settings menu, where were you? Where was the settings menu? Is it on the canvas? Where are you? You're there. Is there not actually a settings menu? Wait, what is this targeting? So it is targeting the main menu controller, okay. Okay, so we just need a configuration menu component. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into, I think it's called the UI main menu component? UI main menu component, yes. So this, yes, this is our main menu, our main menu stuff. So I am going to, I'm going to do a couple things. So the first thing is I'm going to duplicate this. Control D, no, Control C, Control V. Yes, there we go. I'm going to call this the UI configuration menu component. Sure. And then we will grab that name with Control F2, and yeah. Nope. This is not the right file, I don't think. Yeah, this is the wrong file. This is the right file, okay. And then I'm going to grab the name with F2, and then I'm going to paste it into here. And so something we want is, in the main menu, we automatically want to get the UI controller component, but I don't want to duplicate the code between the, this is the in-game menu. I don't want to duplicate the code between these two, and I don't know why you're having a problem. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder and call, nope, don't want to do that either. I'm going to create a folder to hold the main menu stuff. I'm going to call this main menu. So UI/main menu. And then we're going to grab the configuration, the main menu, and the main menu controller. I'm going to put them in there. And then I'm going to duplicate this again. Control C, Control V. Oh my god, no. Keep selecting the actual thing, the actual name instead of what I want. So I'm going to call this base main menu component, base UI main menu component. This naming scheme is terrible, but kind of stuck with it. And so this will now be called the base UI main menu component, and we're going to get rid of this on-click start and on-click settings stuff. And so we just want to basically use inheritance to grab this stuff. And actually I think we're going to call this a public virtual void. Virtual void. Yeah. Because we want to possibly be able to override this later. And so I'm just going to grab this. Then in the UI main menu component, I'm just going to put this here. And we're going to get rid of this. It will get inherited from the base main menu component. And then the same is true of the configuration menu. Whoops. Okay, apparently we don't have anything selected. We don't want that to inherit from itself. Just going to paste this here, and then we can get rid of these lines, because the stuff on awake got inherited. So we can get rid of this code. So this is for the configuration menu. So what we can do, so now in the UI main menu component, we can say, create a new method, call it onClick, oh wait, we already have onClick start. So actually we don't need to do that. We need to go to the controller here, and we need to create a public void switch to configuration. Yeah, create a switch to configuration, and then we're going to use this same logic here. So to briefly explain what that does, is restoring the menus as a stack. This is the configuration menu. So we store the menus as a stack. Basically, the advantage of this is that we can easily have a back button to navigate through, some number of nested menus easily. And so you can think of a stack like a deck of playing cards or something. You put one card on top, and then the easiest thing, or you can think of it like a stack of blocks or something. So, you have one block, and then you put another block on top of it. If you take the block off of the bottom, it will collapse. So we don't do that in programming. We just in the stack, you only take the top item. So that's what this push is, taking the top item is pop. Push is you put something on top. And peek, you just figure out what was there to begin with. So basically, whenever we switch to the configuration menu, we find out whatever menu is showing, we turn it invisible, then we put the configuration menu on the top of the stack, then we go to the top of the stack and we make the configuration menu visible. That's basically all we do. So in the configuration menu, we're going to have a public void onClick start. And what that will do is it'll say game manager.instance. I think it is go to racing. So this will load the racing scene for track 1. We're going to have to change this a little bit later, but we'll figure that out in a minute. And then for the main menu itself, we're going to change this to be controller.switch to configuration. So whenever we click start, we will switch to the configuration menu. Okay. So if that didn't make any sense, that's probably fair. It will make sense later. So here for the configuration menu, we're going to have a configuration menu, a UI configuration main menu component. Yeah, that's great. Makes me really happy. So for this back button, this is where we get to use our, no, not that. So we get to use the main menu. Where did I put it? Where did I actually put it? What does this one look at? Oh. Where did it go? Oh, it got broken because it got moved. Is that what happened? This is the controller. It's that one. Okay, never mind, that worked. I don't know why that got broken like that, but it did. So the configuration menu. Oh yeah, the configuration menu is this. So this shouldn't be broken anymore, right? Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So in the back button here, we're targeting the main menu, and then we're targeting the, okay, no we're not. Targeting the canvas, targeting the UI main menu controller, and then we're going to say switch to, we're going to say go back, I believe. Yeah, go back. And basically, whatever menu we came from, that will have us go back. And then here, I think we are going to duplicate this to be called start. And then we're going to remove both of these. We're going to grab a copy of the back button. I'm going to paste it into start here. Actually, no. We'll just have the button sit on its own. That'll be fine. We'll just call this start. And we will just call just have the text say start. Alright. And then what we want to do is we want to take the button, we want to go to the canvas here. No, actually we want to go to the configuration menu. And then we want to target the UI configuration menu, and we want to say on-click start. Can't change the track quite yet, but we will be able to do that in a moment. So we're going to turn the configuration menu invisible, and then we're going to turn this visible. Okay. So I did everything right. This should work. A behavior is missing. Okay. It is here. This should be the UI main menu component? Yes, okay. Now if we start this, it should run. Okay, so we can click settings. Alright, everything works. Click start. Okay, we go to configuration. This hasn't loaded anything yet, but that's fine. If we click back, we go back to the main menu, click start, same thing, and then we click start here, and now we go to the track. We can click restart, that works, and then we can click main menu, and that works. Okay, cool. So now what we need to do, okay, so basically let me explain this differently. Now what we want to do, or what I want to do, is I want to load a specific track. So whenever we click the start button here, what happens is we have this on-click start that gets called. Because the button in Unity, start button in Unity, points to the configuration UI configuration menu component, and it points to on-click start. So the UI configuration menu component, on-click start. That's what this points to. So this calls the GameManager.instance.goToRacing. So that's this, and this loads the racing scene. What we actually want to do is we want to say, I want to rename this, so I'm going to do that with Control RR. This is going to be go to track, and we're going to pass in probably the index of the scene, or maybe the track name, and just keep a map. No, I want to pass in, wait, so if I pass in a scene, this comes from there. Okay, can I get scene.buildIndex? I can just get scene.buildIndex. So yeah, we'll just go to a track. Actually, no, we want to build index. Yeah, we'll just pass in the build index. And I mean, we could do this from scene management, like we could put the scene manager in the configuration component, but we don't want to do that because there might be some configuration that needs to happen that only the game manager can do. So we want to keep the semantics of, hey, we're going to a track. And I like that. And we'll just get rid of this scene index. So now what we can do is in the configuration, the UI configuration menu component, we can keep a list, we can say public list of scenes, and we need using Unity Engine dot, I think it's scene management, yes. Keep a list of scenes, so these will be our tracks, right? And so go to track, and then in the drop down, I think it's Unity in Unity Engine dot UI. We need to keep a reference to the drop-down. Is it drop-down? Yes. And so this will be the track select. So, and then in the awake, lick override awake, we'll do base.awake. So basically, whenever we do the awake, what we want to do is we want to say track select dot options, or dot add options. Add options. So it'll be option data. Okay. So we want to create a list of options. So this is typically how I program with like link stuff, because I know we're going to need to use some link stuff. So since I know we're going to do that, I'll just say using system.link. So we know that we need options, so we'll create a variable var options, and that's going to be equal to tracks.select, because we want to convert we want to convert the track to, or we want to convert each scene to, I think it's called option data. Yeah, dropdown.option data. So we're going to say track to new dropdown.option data. I think if we put the parentheses like that, we can assign the option data. So what does this look like? So this is with, oh, we can just put the string in the text, or the text in the image. Oh, it just needs text. Okay, never mind. Just say option data of track, and then we can get the name of the scene. And then we will say .toList, I believe. This is the list, right? This takes a list. This takes a list. Yes. Say toList, not toArray. ToList. Yep. So what this will do is for each scene in the track list, it will go through and take that scene and create a new option data for it, and then create a list of that option data. So if we hover over options here, you'll see that it'll be a list of dropdown.option data. So if we do that, you can see list dropdown.option data. And so yeah, all select does is it just takes one thing and it converts it to another. And so we can pass in options here because it the add options expects a list of option data. And so now whenever we go to track, we don't want to do that. We want to say, or no, we do want to say go to track. Then it's going to be track select. And I think you can get the selected index. Select, no, not on select. Index. What can we actually get? Item text. I guess it's item text. Okay. So in that case, what we need to do is we need to create. No, we don't. We can just do. Nope, we do. So what we need is we need to. We can only get the selected item text. So what we want to do is we want to create a mapping between the scene name and the scene itself. That way we can go get the scene, and then finally we can get the build index. We could get the scene itself, but or we could get just the build index. We could create a map from the scene to the build or from the name to the build index, but we might need more information later on. So I'd rather have a more versatile map. So in C#, a map is actually called a dictionary for some reason. It will be a string. We're going to map from a string, which is the scene name, to the scene itself. And so I name maps as the key type to the value type, or sorry, the key to the value. So this will be track name to, or sorry, yeah, it'll be scene name to scene. And then that's going to be a new dictionary. And so in the onAwake, what we want to do is we want to say scene name, or sorry, we want to say tracks. We want to convert each track to a key value pair. Actually, we don't even need to do that. We can just say for each track. What we want to do is in the scene name to scene, we want to add something. We want to add the track.name. And then the value is going to be the track. So basically this will create the dictionary for us, or it'll populate the dictionary specifically. We actually create it up here. But this will create a mapping between the track name and then the track, the actual track itself, like the scene. And then whenever we go to track, we want to say tracks, or sorry, oh, this needs to be scene name. Scene name. Scene. We want to look up based on what the item text is, because whatever the drop-down text is, that's going to be the scene name. So we say scene name to scene dot get, or is it get type, or is it get value? We can try to get a value. Actually, what we can do is we can use this brackets. This is the index operator. So this will be the track select dot item text. believe. Not text.text. That should be the actual string. And then what we want to say is .buildIndex. So basically in the scene, we're going to get whatever is showing on the dropdown. We're going to get that, and then we're going to find a scene with that name, and then we're going to get the build index of that scene. And I think this will work, right? It doesn't like that. Because this is on-click restart. Oh, right. Oh, right. That's not good. Actually, I disagree. Just click restart. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll just create a restart method. And so what that will do is just create a public void restart here. And then what we will do is we will store the currently loaded scene. Or actually just the build index. No, well, store the build index. This will be an int. Currently loaded scene. And what we'll say is, we will say on go to track, we will say the currently loaded scene is equal to the build index. And then go to main menu, say that is equal to scene main menu. And then on restart, we will say scene manager dot load scene currently loaded scene. Yeah, okay. We will do that. Actually, we could just say go to track, because we always want to do that. Whatever this logic is, we want to always do. So that'll be a restart. Okay. So we need to test that the restart works, and we need to test a whole bunch of things with the configuration. After we, of course, set everything up, so in here, we have two tracks that we can work with. So the two would be these two. We want to lock this. I actually want this to be 0. You can grab these two, put them in here. Wait, you can't reference scenes directly? Am I crazy? Oh, can you not? That was a thing, wasn't it? You can't reference the scene directly. Now I seem to remember that being an issue. Right. That's annoying. Alright. Oh, but then we don't have the build index. Well, we can use the name, actually, so we don't need this. It won't be track.name, it'll just be track. That's fine. We can get rid of all that, because we don't need the scene name to index. And then we don't need to do all of this. I think all we need to do is pass in a string. I think you can load a scene by name. I mean, I don't like it either, but you can do it. Say go to track, string name, and then we won't know the currently loaded build index, but that's perfectly fine. We'll just say load scene by name. Yeah. Go to track by, why does that compile? Oh, the name of the game object. No. String, we'll just call this track name. I'm going to set the track name to be equal to the name here, and then we will load based on the track name, and then, yeah, we'll just load the track name. So that should work. So I guess we'll just have to name these manually. So yeah, it'll just be track 1 and track 2. And we need to add those to the build index. And then the drop down is going to be this. Really? Can we not reference that? Am I crazy? Can we not reference this? Drop down. Oh, because it's a text match pro drop down. Alright. Yeah, that's fair. Is it TMP pro.dropdown? That? Oh, is that not a strict... Wait, really? Options, oh geez, of course. Because it needs to have its own, doesn't it? That... Say using... TMP. TM Pro, so we don't need to call this TM Pro. Right. Okay. Now that should work. Forgot we were using the Text Mesh Pro stuff. Yeah, that's fine. This needs to be that. Yep. Okay. Also, we need to set up the build index. Build settings. Yeah, we need to put track 2 in the build settings. Add open scenes. Yeah. Okay. Go to main menu, and then what we want to do is we want to turn this invisible, and we want to turn this visible. Cool. So now, if I did everything right, should be able to say start, should be able to select track 1, and we should be able to say start, and that should break, of course. Scene couldn't be loaded because it has not been added to the build index. However, it has been added to the build index. Why did you think that hasn't been added to the build index? So that's the scene name, yes. File. Edit. No, wait, file. Build settings. Is it with the... Do we need the actual path? Do we need the actual path? That'd be weird, right? I mean, we can add the actual path. We can add the actual path by doing this. For those of you not aware, if you put a $sign in front of a string in C#, it does interpolation. So what it will do is if we put just scenes / that, it'll actually replace this part of the string with this variable name. So we use build settings. Yeah, this is in scenes. Okay. Click start. Track 1. No. Oh, option A. Why is it called option A? What? No, really, why is it called option A? Item text dot... So this... Sure, on select. Select or submit? Sure, on select. What we will do is we will have a thing to track the currently selected value. Selected. Actually, wait a minute. No. It's not what I want. Okay, so this. So what is the actual... Is it just a value? Can we look at options? Options of track select dot value? Will that work? And then maybe we don't need to do the interpolation? I've never worked with the Text Mesh Pro stuff, and it's been a long time since I've worked with the drop-down stuff. You don't like that. Why do you not like that? Dot text? That seems like it should work, right? So we select track 1. Now it works. Okay. We go to main menu, we go to start. If we load track 2, what happens? Oh yeah, we do get the track 2, okay. Cool. Are we the blue car or are we the yellow car? We are the blue car. Alright. Okay, so if we click this, we go to main menu, we start, we load track 1. Okay. Start, awesome. Okay. So where are we in terms of time? We have about 20 minutes. So is that enough time to do the thing? I think it is. Or at least plan stuff out and get started with it. What we need to do is we need to make sure that what we need to do is we need to gray out the start button if the track is invalid. So what we want is so in track select, okay, let me just show in the actual editor what I want to do. I think that'll help. So if we click start here, this will break because select is not a valid option. So what I want to do is I want to have the start button here. I want to have this not be interactable. So I believe you can do that. Yeah. Now if we click it, nothing happens. And I want that to happen until whenever you select track 1, I want it to become interactable. And if you select again, I want it to become not interactable. So what we can do is we can use I think it's called a delegate here to do that. So if we go to track select, and you have this, I think it's on value changed. So yeah, we will get an on value changed, and it will give us a drop-down event. So we have that, and what we can do is if we create a method, say call it public void on track select changed, maybe on track selected, and it's a TMP drop-down event, and we call this event. I know that's a keyword. Say drop down or selection event or something. Selection event. What we can do is use the plus equals operator to add a callback here. So we can say on track selected. And it doesn't like that because that is... No, I actually don't know why it doesn't like that. Cannot be applied to the event and method grouping. Is it add listener? It's add listener. Right. We can do that. Right? Or no, we can't. Well, why not? Engine, action call, Unity engine. It's an int? What? Hang on. I'm very confused. I think we can do this with on selected, right? On select. No, it should be on value changed. And it's a drop-down event. We can add a listener, right? And this is, oh, it's Unity event.Unity action, really? I mean, surely if we do int value, surely that's valid? Yeah, okay. So yeah, basically this just wants a method. Okay, so this doesn't pass event data. Okay, that's fair. So basically this Unity engine.events.Unity event of int, this is just basically a method that takes an int as a value. So since onTrack selected takes an int as a value, or sorry, takes an int as an argument, we can pass it in here. So now anytime the value changes, we will be notified of it here. This method will be called. So what we're going to say is we need a text mesh pro button, I believe. It's a TMP button. No. Is this really just a Unity button? I think it is, right? Is it? We go into... That's not what I thought it would do. Wait, what did that actually do? Oh, that moved it to the bottom. This is a Unity button, right? Yeah, this is a Unity button. Okay. So never mind. What we will do is we'll just have a button. This will be the start button. Yes. So what we will do is on awake, this should start as not interactable, so that'll be fine. But we will say if I'm going to say button dot interactable is equal to, and then we're going to say value equal to 0, or not equal to 0. So basically, as long as the user selects anything other than 0, the button will become interactable. Or, yeah, and since 0 is select, that will work. Ugh. Okay, so if we go to start button, we make it not interactable in the configuration menu, and we target the start button there. What should happen is whenever I start, okay, notice that the button is grayed out. You need to select a track. Now whenever we select a track, we can click it. Now whenever we unselect a track, we can't. Okay, like that. Awesome. Alright, and so now we actually need to be able to select different cars. What we will do is we will turn that invisible, and then we'll turn that visible. And maybe also the number of opponents. Probably the number of opponents as well. So we'll have the track. Let's duplicate this. We'll say we'll just say no, we'll say opponents. Probably won't get to the programming bit of this today, but we can do that tomorrow. Give people a reason to come back. So we'll have opponents, and then we'll have one of these will be the prototype for the opponent thing. Say opponent 1 or opponent select. Yeah, opponent select. And this will be opponent 1. 1. Yeah. And then we'll configure the car and then the color. Maybe just the color for right now. This will be, yeah, select color. Yeah. And then opponents, that will not be a dynamic dropdown, that will be fixed. It'll probably be based on the track, right? Yeah, we'll just make it not based on the track, we'll just make it fixed between 1 and 6. Just say all tracks support 6. And then we will duplicate this. We'll say player, and this will be the select color. This will be player. So you select the track, you configure your car, and then you configure the number of opponents. And we might have to add a scroll view or something. Let's see how many we can actually fit in here. So if we had 6, or no, 5 would be the max number. Yeah, I think we need a scroll view. Which not a scroll view, but a scroll view. Or maybe we can just move the configuration stuff up a little bit. I don't like that. So yeah, we need a scroll view. And these always cause problems. Things always cause issues. If we have a scroll view, it'll be here. It'll be here, and then what we want is we want the component holder to be inside of it. And then we want it to have a width of 300, or no, 500, no, 400, no, 500, nope, 600. Yes, okay. We have the scroll view, we have the viewport, we have all that nonsense. Viewport, I think that can go to the bottom of the screen. Or the view itself can be 500. We can lower it a little bit. Maybe 400. Maybe 450. Nah, 400. Well, actually, no, because 350, because I want the start button to always show, regardless. So the start button, I know this looks like a mess right now, but we'll fix it. Alright, that can go there. And then the viewport, I think all of this needs to be inside the viewport, right? Yeah, all that can be inside the viewport. And then this needs to be aligned to the top. I don't know why it's not. No, really, why is it not? No, is it inside the content where we can align stuff? Yeah, we can align stuff inside the content. The X position should be 0. Or should it? Okay, apparently it shouldn't. No, it should be. I want the viewport to be... the actual scroll itself to be 650 then. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then we want the viewport probably to that to just not be visible. No. The content? No. The actual scroll view? Yes, we want that to be invisible. In fact, I think we can just remove that. Okay. And there's also the horizontal scroll bar, which we can just delete. Okay. I think that should work. Nope. It doesn't like it. I never understood why this doesn't work. Why doesn't Unity, why doesn't this thing just work out of the box? Ugh, it's so annoying. There's a way to do it. I always forget what it is. Configuration, so it needs to be, it's either unrestricted or, is it 0 elasticity? Is that what it is? The elasticity, okay, yeah, it clamps back automatically. So is it clamped then? No, now it just doesn't move at all. Okay. So elasticity, 0.1, and I think maybe the inertia you have, it doesn't scroll across, it doesn't scroll horizontally. Okay, so you have this, you have the content. Oh, this needs a size fitter, right? A content size fitter, is that what it needs? The minimum size for the vertical? No. Yes. Does this need to be... do I need to move this up 1 level? I think I need to move this up 1 level. I think that's the issue. Yeah, I think it needs to be moved up 1 level. This was always so painful. This would be a minimum size. I don't know why it thinks that that's the minimum size, but sure. Wait, that's not what I wanted. I want this to be up here. Content, we can delete this. Viewport, one of these references the content, and I can't remember which one it is. It's you. You reference the content. Okay. Okay, so this finally works. That's good. For some reason it starts at the bottom, which I don't understand. Okay, I guess it goes here. Sure, start like that. That's probably fine. Okay, now this at least works. So yeah, you can select, how many? I thought you could select 1 to 6. Components, go into the drop down, and then we can say 6 values, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Or no, wait. You can select up to 5, because you could have 6 cars, yeah. Okay, I don't know why it's starting like that. That's really annoying. Does it align to the center? Is that the problem? This is elastic. Viewport, auto hide and expand, no. Upper center. Yeah, it's definitely the upper center. Forces expand width, yup. Unconstrained and horizontal, yes. This actually needs to just be here. opponents, so 1 through 5, yeah, okay. You have 5 opponents, that's fine. Select colors, so track 1. Now we can start, okay. And yeah, eventually you'll be able to select the color for each opponent. Terrible menu system, but, you know, it'll work. Alright. And we'll have to fix this, next time we will fix all of this and actually make this work right. But I do want to get it back to a slightly working state, so we can make that invisible. No, that needs to be visible. That needs to be invisible. That needs to be visible. Okay. I think now that'll work. Okay, go to settings, everything's fine. Click start, we go up here, select track. Let's select track 2. Let's start. Okay, perfect. So yeah, as far as I can tell, we are the white car? We are the blue car. Okay. Camera's just off alignment a little bit, but that's fine. Yeah. We need the camera to align a little bit better, but we can fix that next time. So yeah, next time what we will do is we'll make it so that the player can select the color car they want, and so that they can select the number of AI opponents they want, and the color of their car. Eventually it'll be like the model and everything of the car, and maybe some other configuration stuff. But yeah, that's what we will do next time. But until then, I am going to, I'm going to go eat some lunch, and then we will be back here in an hour to do some Stormworks stuff. Not sure what we're going to do in Stormworks, but I'll definitely find something. I kind of wanted to mess with the airplane stuff, so we might do that. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.